Today is July 28th, 2013. I'm out here checking cameras today and checking on our food plots. Just thought I would show how our food plots are doing this year. Haven't really done a whole lot of footage of them yet, but they're coming along pretty nicely. So give you a look at our beans and corn and clover, and hopefully see that our turnips and radishes are growing that we planted last week. So here's our clover over in the corner. We planted this last year. You can see there's quite a few weeds in there right now, so that's to be mowed again soon. But otherwise, there seems to be some pretty decent clover in there. And then in the plot next to this, we have our beans again this year, which we planted. Didn't get them in until June because of the late spring and it was pretty wet. But we finally got them planted, and they took up the whole plot this year. Last year was only half the plot. This year they're in the whole plot here. So, coming along pretty good so far. You can tell they have a ways to go yet, but they're coming along nicely for as late as they got planted and given the conditions of the spring. You can tell down here there's some browse a little bit here and there, so the deer are definitely in here a little bit. Mainly we've just been seeing does out here so far. We haven't had a camera monitoring this, but hopefully they'll keep growing and turn out good. Well, I'm up here in the orchard food plot now, where this past Saturday we planted turnips and radishes and rye. As you can see up here, we have the turnips and radishes are starting to grow. And we put rye in the middle of the plot, which is growing pretty good as well. Then also we have turnips and radishes down here. And there's already a lot of deer tracks in here. We hadn't been seeing too much for deer activity in the clover plot we had up here, so we decided to plant it into this stuff. So as you can see here, stuff is starting to grow. I'm not sure which is which as far as the turnips or the radishes. I'm not that good with those plants, but there's two different types growing here. So it looks to be growing pretty nicely. We just broadcast seeded it, so there's some spots where it's not as thick. But the rye seems to be growing pretty good as well. So this is definitely a positive sign, and pretty excited for this plot. I'm down here in the final food plot now, which consists of corn, turnips, radishes, and clover. Here in the middle, this past week as well, we planted turnips and radishes in here in the middle of the corn. So as you can see, it's all coming up. See where it's green in through there? And the corn is just looking phenomenal. It's 10-12 foot tall, and it's starting to grow cobs on it. It's already all tasseled out, starting to grow cobs. I mean, should be a pretty awesome plot overall. So I'll get another view of it from a bigger angle. This here is clover that we actually planted about 3 years ago, and it's pretty much our best clover plot we have. It's right here along the edge of the corn. So the deer have a lot of choice of food right in this area here. And here's just another view of the corn from a bigger angle. You can see how it's really filled out, growing well, and should make a great late season plot for us. And hopefully by then I'll have a box blind sitting there instead of the tripod. So we'll see if that pans out and what happens, but it's growing great as of now.